Now let's talk about how we can write down SOQL in Apex. Up till now we were writing down SOQL in Query Editor. I mean, we're not going to write down it in Query Editor because we're going to use it in Apex program. So let's talk about it, that how we're going to write it down in an Apex program, right? So see, all what you got to do in order to write down a SQL query inside an Apex program is just add a square bracket and inside it write whatever kind of SQL query you want to write. That's it. No database connection, no JDBC, UDBC, no IP, nothing, no local host, nothing like that. All what you have to do is just add square brackets, and inside it you can write down any SQL query that you want, that you would like. So here is a program which will understand what it is doing. So first we're writing down the SQL query inside the square brackets. We always have to write it down in the square brackets. And by the way, SQL is also case insensitive, right? It's not compulsory for you to write down it in like uppercase or lowercase, but I still prefer you to do. I still suggest you to do that, and I also prefer it to do that. Prefer to do that. Yeah. Cool. So when you query a database, what do you think you get? When you query a database, what do you think you get? S objects, right? So basically multiple S objects. Or what is an S object? A record in the database, right? A record of an object in the database. So when you query the records, you get multiple records. So when, like, if you dedicate or if you denote a single record with a single S object, how you're gonna denote or how you're gonna dedicate multiple records in the Apex program? Simple, right? So let's see. So when you are querying the database, you're getting something out of it. In this Apex program, there are multiple records that you're getting. And a single record can be stored in an S object variable. But you're not sure that how many S object variables I need to create, because there can be 10 records, there can be 100 records, there can be 1,000 records as well. So in this case, where you're going to store it in? Into a list of S object, right? Always, like I mean, it's not only the return type of SQL query. SQL query also returns some other things that we're going to talk about later, like today itself. But the return type of an SQL query is list of S object. Why? Because it returns multiple records at the same time, and there is no other way to store multiple records at the same like place, instead of using a list of S object. And which subject we are talking about in here? So like if you've done the query, if you've written the query on account object, it's gonna be account. If you have written the query on contact object, it's gonna be contact. If you've written the query on student object, it's gonna be student underscore C. So basically, S object is nothing but a reference which stores a particular record. Now what we are doing is we are creating a list of references which are going to store multiple records. That's it. That's how easy it is. Make sense to everyone? Cool. So yeah, I mean that's how this works. And then let's talk about it. Now I want to print the records, or now I want to execute the records. I want to see the number of employees fields value in here. Then what I'm doing in here is I'm writing down a for loop in which I'm iterating it for how many for as many number of records as I've got in this particular list, and then I'm gonna print the number of employees in here. That's all, right? And the for each loop, we all know about the for each loop. Whenever we want to iterate onto each record or each value of a list, we use for each loop. So it's gonna be like account name a dot name and number of employees a dot number of employees. Where ACC list is I mean every value of ACC list is going to be denoted to A, and then the first one is done, it will move to second one is done, it will move to third, and so on. Okay, let's execute this program, shall we? You sure? See, number of employees for everyone. Null for the records which didn't had that. And then gen.265, this. This is how it's working out. Clear? Pretty easy, right? There are only two things that you have to take care of. First, write down the SQL query inside the square bracket, and then take the return type, or like take care of the return type, and then later, whatever you want to do with this list or the records which are there in this particular list or the S of this which are there in this particular list, you can do that.